Capitol Hill, where today the House Speaker Mike Johnson released foreign aid measures for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, totaling some $95 billion. The Speaker just took questions, by the way, from reporters moments ago, saying he is unfazed from Republican opposition.
Listen, my philosophy is you do the right thing and you let the chips fall where they may. If I operated out of fear over a motion to vacate, I would never be able to do my job.
All right, Mick Mulvaney, we're not bringing you off the bench, but come on in as you sat that first panel out. Mike Johnson up today on Capitol Hill. He's moving forward with these spending bills, Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, $95 billion, and the pressure on him from Republicans, some on the right, is ratcheting up. What are you hearing, and where do you think this ends up?
Yeah, he's got all sorts of problems, Blake. Keep in mind, these bills will be coming to the floor under a rule, and I know that's very much inside baseball, but most of the legislation he's passed since he's been Speaker, the big stuff at least, has come under a suspension of the rules, which means you need a much higher threshold. I think it's 2/3 of the body. But he knows he can't get 2/3 of the vote for this, so he has to go through the Rules Committee so that the bill can pass with a simple majority. He does not have the Republican votes in the Rules Committee to get those bills out, which means he'll rely on Democrats to get the bill out of the Rule Committee. That's going to make things a little bit more tense in the room. When a Republican Speaker has to rely on Democrats to get stuff passed, that shows weakness. He's got a real problem with Thomas Massie. I've been following Thomas all day on Twitter, or X, whatever we call it now. Marjorie Taylor Greene is in it for the attention. He's really upset, Thomas Massie, when it comes to the principles of that vote he took last week on warrantless searches of American citizens and so forth.
Okay.
I'd much rather have Marjorie Taylor Greene angry with me than Thomas Massie. Thomas knows how to work the system. Yes, he's a practitioner sort of in the House, but he's no dummy. And my guess is Mike's going to have a serious problem in the next 48 hours.
Okay. We have three members of Congress here, former, by the way, Mick, Max, Nan. Let's pop them all up because I kind of want to take a poll real quick. Let's just go one by one here. Ukraine, $61 billion, because these spending bills are going to be brought up individually. Mick, you think Ukraine passes, yes or no?
It passes if it passes with a simple majority.
You think it passes, Max? Mm-hmm. Yep. Nan?
They'll need a lot of Democrat votes, but it will pass with a simple majority with Dem votes.
Israel, $26 billion. I think like $9 or $10 billion of that is humanitarian assistance. You think that passes, Mick?
That passes easily.
Okay. Yeah?
Oh, without a doubt.
So look, yeah. So it looks like they're going to get stuff done, right? I guess what you're saying, though, Mick, is, and Nan begrudgingly, is this is going to pass, but it's going to pass with Democratic help, and that is the issue for Mike Johnson, is what you're saying.
Yes.
No, it's sort of the issue for Mike Johnson. The other issue is that those bills can't pass the Senate on a standalone basis. The Senate has passed it as a package, and the Senate does not want to break it down into individual pieces. So they're going to have a problem. Now, granted, that's not the House's problem, but just to say the House is going to pass these is not the end of the discussion. Again, I think Mike Johnson is a bigger problem than just the Ukraine funding right now. He's got a circumstance where any one or two members can bring this motion. Keep in mind, Mike Gallagher leaves on Friday, which leaves, I think, the Republicans with a 1 or 2 seat majority.
Right.
And if the vote comes, Mike Johnson will not have Republican votes to stay Speaker.
Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.